is up, ladies and gents? This is the Weekly Square Gamers podcast, where two dudes talk video games. And I'm your host, I'm Legendary Mike. And today, as always, we got Pedro Mirabal. What is up, brother?
What's going on, man?
How you doing? Doing good?
Yes, sir. Been a long week. Can't wait to get it over with and watch the Broncos go 4-0 this weekend.
I hope. I hope. I mean, at least let one of our teams play well, because fucking Jets can't win a game against the Kansas City Chiefs. You might as well just sign over the rest of the season.
Yeah, that was terrible, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm expecting some bashing later on in the episode.
No, I think that the Jets did enough to you Sunday night. I don't need to do it anymore.
All right. Well, guys, not much going on this week other than coming up to holiday season. But we're going to jump into a couple things really quick. During the 22nd and the 25th of September, EGX was this last week. For you guys that don't know, it's a game convention out in Birmingham, England, I believe. And it's really not that huge here in the States, but it's big enough to where, people over there flock to it. There's a couple cool things that happen. They showed, they had a lot of playable games there. A lot of it are stuff we've already seen, but you and I both know for the games that are coming out this and by the end of the year, it's a full holiday season. It's super exciting. They showed Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and COD Remastered. Apparently it was playable. Dishonored 2 was playable. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was playable. Gears of War 4 was playable. GT Sport had, I believe, like a one lap track race available at the showroom floor. Horizon Zero Dawn, Tekken 7, Titanfall 2, which the Square gamers are really excited for. Final Fantasy 15. One of my most, favorite games of all times, or RPGs, I should say, was South Park. They showed the new South Park there. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Did you get to play the last one, Pedro?
No, I'm not into that gameplay style, but I heard it was great.
Oh, bro, it's hilarious, bro. It's freaking hilarious. And this one is supposed to be like a play on Captain America: Civil War almost. So it's gonna be fun. Rise of the Tomb Raider was another one, but I'm not too excited for that game. I think I'm Tomb Raidered out. I played too much Tomb Raider when I was growing up. I don't think I'll buy this one. But Capcom had held a Street Fighter tournament during the event. I got to watch a little bit of the stream, and I finished watching it the other night. It was actually rather interesting. They actually had it set up, Pedro, where it was like kind of like octagon, where these guys were walking into an octagon, and there's a table and two 30-inch TVs set up on this table, and they're facing off in an octagon, which I thought was hilarious. I don't know why they went that far, but it was a huge tournament, and believe it or not, the players who were expected to win didn't win. It was won by Gamer B, which he was expected to do really well. He played as Nakali. Second place was Ryan Hart. I'm not so familiar with him. I've heard of him, but I've never really watched him fight or play Street Fighter. He won it. He came in second place as Ken. Nuki is another one I don't know too much about. He used Chun-Li, and the fan favorite Diago actually came in fourth with Ryu, which he didn't look too good. I mean, he looked good enough to get fourth, but he didn't look like normal Diago. I know you're not into all this stuff, but we'll move right on. Capcom Pro Tours, they're back. Season started, I believe, a month ago. This is the second big tournament of the season. It's good to see that Street Fighter, like the actual like core hardcore Street Fighter fans, are still playing it, with the fact that the game is terrible when it comes to microtransactions and all this other crap. But make sure you guys go to our YouTube channel where Undead Jay and Nintendo Nate give a short breakdown on Final Fantasy or on Street Fighter V's failures and successes. Even though it's doing really bad and it's got a really bad rep with all that other extra crap in the half put out game, I still kind of want to go out and buy it, but I'm gonna have to wait. Just make sure you go check out that YouTube video. The guys bring up a lot of good points and a lot of reasons why you should and shouldn't buy the game. So go check that out. But with holiday season right around the corner, the first big game coming out here within the next couple weeks, I want to say it's October 7th. October 7th, yeah, for Gears, isn't it? October 7th.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, October 7th or 9th.
October 11th.
October 11th, yeah. So it's right around the corner, guys. Me and Pedro are going to break it down for you. Because if you're like us, we don't buy every game that hits the market. We're very selective on games we buy. First one we're going to touch on is Battlefield 1. Now, a couple weeks ago, Battlefield had a big alpha / beta, and the first 18 hours of the beta was completely botched. And looking at that, I'm kind of hesitant to get it, but the game looks really good. I watched some trailers, I did some research. We do the research for you guys, so you guys don't have to. The Battlefield comes out on October 21st, and they have a couple actual good deals out there for you. They have the Battle 1 Early Enlister for $80. It's kind of like an early access game, I guess. You get to play it early. I want to say 3 or 4 days early. You also get to play maps several days early. You get a couple content packs for weapons and emblems and other stuff like that. You get vehicle designs, like appearance, frontline, camo train, all that other good stuff they showed in the beta and what they're showing in trailers. You get battle packs, which is basically their loot system or their pay to win loot system. I mean, it's all random, so try your luck with that. Battlefield 1 Gold Edition, which is basically all the same, but you get a premium pass. If you look at the pricing, it's actually not bad. I mean, it's basically you're buying the game and the premium pass at the same time, but you're getting a steel book. Other than that, I don't see why, other than the premium pass, you would buy it. But they are releasing the Battlefield 1 Xbox One S 1 terabyte console bundle. That seems like it's a better deal. You get a couple more. You get everything I just said, plus a console at a decent price. Battlefield 1 as a game looks really good. I don't know if you're looking into it, Pedro, but they have all the normal game modes are there: Conquest, Domination, Rush. They're implementing War Pigeons, which I don't remember in any other Battlefield. Granted, I didn't play much of the last one. War Pigeons is a new mode where you're basically relying on pigeons to send messages to your home base to drop barrages, which sounds really cool. They also have Conquest, Domination, Rush, War Pigeons, Operations, and Team Deathmatch, which is all expected, except War Pigeons. That seems really interesting. Are you excited for Battlefield 1, or are your heart set on a different game?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think the game if I'm going to choose a first-person shooter, it's probably going to be Call of Duty, considering it does come with a remaster of a game that both of us spent hundreds of hours playing and dissecting. Battlefield 1 looks good. It plays like a Battlefield game. Feels like a Battlefield game. I am not a Battlefield fan. I really don't like the big battle, like the big, huge maps, huge battles. That to me, I'm not a fan of. I'm more of a fan of that one-on-one, small skirmishes and corridors, Call of Duty style gameplay. That pigeon mode is pretty dope though.
That it is. I mean, but to be quite frank with you guys, I think the last time the whole group of friends who play games together, the Square Gamers, the last Battlefield we actually played all together, I believe was Bad Company.
Yeah.
That's quite a long time. But guys, check out. I mean, this game does look good. War Pigeons, like I was saying, seems really dope. I'm kind of glad you're in. It's interesting. It's something new that you don't see in much first person shooters because the last couple years to me feels like it's just been copy and paste, upgraded graphics, a couple new things, but that's it. This looks pretty cool. But you mentioned the one of my most, and this is the one I'm probably gonna buy. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare for $80, guys. You get Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. This is the game to watch. It doesn't come out until November 4th, so it's towards the end of the holiday season. Well, right smack in the middle if you think about it. But the game looks amazing. They just released a new Modern Warfare Remastered trailer. That game looks crazy. And if I remember correctly, it's exactly like the opening movie from the first, or from that game that we played for thousands and thousands of hours. But they're adding some new cool stuff. They haven't really said too much, guys. So to what we're going on right now, there's they talked about and showed five different maps. They mentioned a new game type mode where it's called mission teams or team missions, where you and four other people, play a mission based game, and it increases your level. You can upgrade your character, your loadouts, your setups, your kill streaks. Super cool. I like that whole little dynamic where they're allowing you to play with friends and not actually play versus player. I don't remember Call of Duty ever doing that. Granted, I didn't play the last one. So, what's your thoughts on this, Pedro? Because I know this is like the game you're excited for the most this holiday season.
I mean, this Call of Duty looks great. It's a different style of gameplay because it does include the verticality that Titanfall does. It looks very, very well done. The new space setting looks pretty cool. The way that you can travel through or traverse through the maps again is very, very interesting. I'm almost curious. I'm almost like pretty close to just getting the hardened edition on digital download, just paying for it and getting into the beta for free early. Come October 4th with the PlayStation. It sucks that they're not doing it on both PlayStation and Xbox at the same time. But, I mean, since everyone's a PlayStation guy this time around, I guess it doesn't really matter. I think that that Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Infinite Warfare is going to be what I'm going to play more often. I'm going to get the hardened edition and get Call of Duty Modern Warfare for the nostalgia factor, but I think that the actual Infinite Warfare game will win a lot of people over. I think that their showing at E3 really went a long way into kind of bringing people back into the fold and not thinking that Battlefield 1 was gonna run away with this holiday season. So
I don't think Battlefield would run away. There's quite a few first person shooters coming out right now.
I mean, in the beginning, when everyone was loving Battlefield 1's trailer and hating on Infinite Warfare's initial trailer, everyone thought that this was going to be the year that Battlefield finally took over the throne and became king of the first person shooters. So far, it's been pretty neck and neck throughout the years, with Call of Duty obviously winning and becoming the biggest release of that time. I don't think that they're going to break any records with Infinite Warfare, but I do believe that they will bring a lot of the older gamers like us back into the fold and having us wanting more.
I kind of agree with you there, because if you think about it, Battlefield and Call of Duty have been they're they're first person shooters, FPSs, but they're two different types. To where, like, for where you like the fast paced action, you play Call of Duty. Battlefield 1's always been for more of the guys who like a larger battle, so things are a lot slower, unless it's certain game modes. I remember Rush being really fast paced, and so was Domination. But other than that, Battlefield is a very slower, a slower version of actual gameplay. But that leads us on to the next one, Titanfall 2. Now, this is the other toss-up between all of us, isn't it?
Titanfall 2, man, is super, super dope. I think it's a great game. I don't think it's going to sell as well as any of the games that we're breaking down today. I think this will be the fourth and final game on the list in terms of, what dominates the holiday season. But we'll get to those predictions later on. I think that those of us that played it on the Xbox really, really liked it. The people that are on PlayStation are super curious about it, but I'm assuming that they did download the beta and kind of got their fill and they were kind of like, all right, this is a cool game, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy it on launch. This does not look like a game that the people are gonna buy on launch day, simply because the next week Battlefield 1 comes out, and then 2 weeks after that Call of Duty comes out. So it's coming out at a tricky time.
Yeah, I do agree. But granted, I didn't play the last Call of Duty, and I believe you did, correct?
This is Call of Duty I did end up playing.
Advanced Warfare?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's called?
Well, it's
Now,
Black Ops 3,
did Titanfall do the verticality, the jump packs better than Titanfall did?
Did Titanfall 2 do it better than Titanfall 1?
Well, no.
It kept that. But if you meant if Titanfall did it better than Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, absolutely. Titanfall, the Titanfall verticality and the speed of movement, you're not going to replicate that, man. That game is so fluid. And so good when it comes to that type of movement that you can't replicate it, even in a game as good as Call of Duty. Unfortunately, I think the Titanfall kind of has that that movement scheme cornered, but I don't think that's going to be enough to win the holiday season. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Looking into Titanfall right now, guys, we have you have rather good deals if you're looking for Titanfall. The one that piques my interest the most, I believe we talked about this episode a couple episodes ago about the Deluxe Marauder Corps Collector's Edition, where you get all that fancy stuff and the helmet. Is that the one? I believe that's the one with the helmet, correct?
The deluxe edition, yeah, it's an $80 deluxe edition. Includes special war paints and nose art specific to the deluxe version of the game, so you'll be able to, wear the same kind of helmet that's on this bust that you get for the deluxe edition. Users are also going to get 2 camouflages for every Titan in their arsenal and a special call sign.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
The Titanfall 2 Marauder Corps edition is the $159 one with the cool little with the 7-inch tall Titan pilot. It also comes with a game themed field journal, art prints, survival bracelet with the Titanfall 2 logo on it, and 2 squad patches. So that's $159 for that one. That's arguably the coolest collector's edition that you'll probably get this holiday season.
Yeah, and for people who like collecting that kind of stuff, it's kind of cool. All right, I'm looking at it right now. But we're going to jump into the next one, Gears of War 4. Now, this one drops first. This is the first one that drops out of all of them. It's on October 11th. This coming, what?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. That game looks a lot of fun. If I can get my hands on an Xbox One, I will, just so I can play this game. It looks extremely good. They had the new horror mode, or the revamped horror mode, which allows you to do the fabrication one, or the fabrication. Lost my words. The fabrication mode, where you basically get to build your own base, basically turrets and guardrails and guard walls. They're also releasing the Xbox One 2 terabyte console bundle, bro. That console looks sick. For $449.99 for $450, bro. That's kind of a steal for the look of that console.
The way that console looks, what it includes, the new controller is also super dope. You can buy the controller separately. It is the new Xbox One controller, the one that was released post E3, which is also very very nice. That controller by itself is $70.
Yeah, and it's a 2 terabyte hard drive Xbox One S or Xbox One S. So for $449, that's a steal, because the console itself's what, $299 or $349?
Yeah,
That's not even, that's for the 1 terabyte.
yeah, exactly. The console itself is going to be uh yeah, $349 for the 1 terabyte, and then this one gives you that extra terabyte for the $100. Plus, it does look amazing. Gives you the dope controller,
Looks good, bro.
With the dope design on it. And I mean, I think if you get it from like a Best Buy or a Microsoft store, they're actually going to give you another free game on top of that. So be aware of Xbox deals throughout this holiday season. You're gonna see some deals come through that you just won't be able to refuse, especially when you have something as dope as as the Gears of War one.
They also have the Gears of War 4 Ultimate Edition. It's basically a season pass. You get a collectible steelbook, like a steelbook. It's kind of hard. You can't really explain it other than that.
Yeah, you just get the steelbook, physical disc, season pass, and early access. So you get it 4 days before the game comes out.
Which I mean, if you guys are looking into Gears of War and you already have the Xbox, there goes your ticket, because it does come with the season pass, which is worth it considering it's only $100. So you're spending the $40 on the actual season pass and the extra 4 days and the steelbook, which isn't a bad deal, because I think the season pass itself is $30. So you're basically getting all that extra stuff.
I mean, this one actually kind of pisses me off. I don't like the fact that you're paying $10 for 4 days extra, like being able to play the game 4 days before it actually supposedly hits the streets. That's so fucking stupid, and just an obvious just money grab that I suggest nobody buy the Gears of War 4 Ultimate Edition, simply because of that gross business tactic. I'm sorry.
I get it. No. I get it. I didn't look at it that way, because it's basically they're catching on the people who would spend that money on getting a 4-day head start, which thinking about it, that's pretty fucking smart, but it's also pretty evil.
Dude, I mean, a game as competitive as Gears of War 4, that 4-day head start could have you. I mean,
ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I'm also looking here, Pedro. Did you notice they're going full out on this Xbox is going full out on this Gears of War. They got a headset coming. Or they got a headset coming out for it. They got 2 separate controllers you can buy for $75. They also have an actual 2 terabyte external hard drive, Gears of War edition. So they're basically trying to soak up as much
Gears of War
as they can. The 2 terabyte external hard drive, though, isn't it for $100? If you already have an Xbox and you want an upgrade on your disk space, that's actually not a bad deal, considering that normal hard drives normally run a little more expensive than that. Correct?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good deal. I'm checking on hard drive prices now though, just to make sure. But for 2 terabytes, it's not bad. Do we know who makes that hard drive? Probably not.
I'll look into it right now for you. Yeah, they're about $80 typically. Seagate. So Seagate is, if I remember correctly, is a reputable company, but I don't think they're top of the line.
Yeah, see Seagate and Western Digital are the top 2. So Seagate 2 terabyte external hard drive for the Xbox One and Xbox 360, and that ugly Microsoft green is actually on sale for $87.99. So I mean, it's $100. You're paying for the paint, I guess. For the Gears of War, shit all over it. But I mean, it's still not a bad price. It's around everywhere. It's around everything else though. When it comes to that, regular price for that, by the way, is $99. So when this Xbox Seagate hard drive goes back up to regular price, then you'll be able to choose between either this one, this ugly green one, or the cool looking Gears of War one.
Gears one.
Which I mean, obviously, you know which one we'd go with.
Well, of course, Gears of War. Gears of War is dope.
Yeah.
It holds a little special heart or special place in our hearts for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, for sure, bro, for sure. I'm super excited for it. That's one that's gonna have the Xbox group going wild later this fall. I mean, honestly, I might get that and Call of Duty, but I may not be on because if I get a good group for Gears and Horde mode, it's over, dude. Because I want to make sure I hit all 50 waves.
You get it, bro. You get it. That game was amazing for us as a group. That game took up so much time, and we had so much. I don't think you guys, well, I'm pretty sure most of you guys realize when you find a group of friends that are a group that plays rather frequently, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and we were playing freaking 6 nights a week. We would all get on and play, and to spend $60 on a game, and then $10 every couple months for DLC. We played that game forever. I mean, forever. I don't think I got any more, fun out of a game for the amount of money we spend, especially nowadays.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Because I look at games now and I go, if I spend that $60, am I gonna get at least 40 hours of gameplay that I'm going to enjoy, and that's the way I look at it. But that's all the first person shooters we got coming out this holiday season. Now, I'm super excited for Call of Duty. All the group members, we're all probably gonna get Call of Duty. That's one game we're all probably gonna get. I will get the Infinity Warfare Legacy Edition just so we can relive a little bit of Modern Warfare. Granted, you're probably right. We are probably gonna be sucked into Infinite Warfare, not Modern Warfare Remastered. But I do believe the extra of $20 for the remastered version, it's a hell of a deal. You can't, to be able to live a little bit of past and see how it changed first person shooters from then on is a treat. I'm extremely excited for that. I want to see how good it looks on my 1080p TV, because back then I don't think I had full 1080p. I think I had a 720p TV, and I remember seeing how fucking amazing the ghillie seats look when you laid up in the ground. And I had my boy Pedro in the golden AK come running around going, "All right, Mike, cover my ass," and I'm just laying there completely still in the grass. So much fun, bro. So much fun. As you guys can tell, I'm excited for Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty is gonna be dope. But let's do this. Let's rank them from 1 to 4, best selling to worst selling. What shooter dominates the holiday season this year?
Okay. I'm gonna go a little crazy here. You probably won't agree with anything, but I do think Call of Duty is gonna be number 1. I think Battlefield 1. No. Gears of War 4 is gonna end up number 2. And the reason why I say that is because it's been a long time since Xbox owners has had a decent Gears of War 4, and the game looks amazing. So I think Gears of War will be 2. Then I want to say Battlefield 1 is going to come up behind that, because Titanfall Titanfall the original was an amazing game. Titanfall 2 is coming around, and to be honest with you, Titanfall the original was only for Xbox. Now it's coming out for both. I don't think that's enough to beat out Call of Duty, even beat out Gears of War, to be honest with you, because I think Gears of War 4 is gonna sell so much as it's gonna sell consoles. I would buy a console just for Gears of War 4, And knowing me, how much of a cheapskate I am, for a game to make me feel like that, it's going to be amazing. And I think a lot of other players are going to feel that way. Granted, I do. What bothers me, what kind of bothers me thinking about it is there's less Xbox Ones out in the market right now. Granted, the Xbox One is selling better than it has this whole time it's been out, but there's still, 2-1 out there on the PS4s. So Call of Duty, I believe, is going to be number 1. Gears of War number 2, Battlefield number 3, and Titanfall number 4. Only for the simple reason that the competitors that are out there are top notch, and I don't think people are gonna think about Titanfall 2 until until probably next year when everything dies down, because there's still more games coming out this holiday season. What are you thinking? Because I know you're plotting over there with your research over there, Pedro. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go since you played it safe. I'm gonna go with a bold prediction that Gears of War 4 will sell record numbers, continue the uptick in Xbox One S sales, and win the holiday season against the likes of Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Titanfall. I think that the numbers that have been coming out of Microsoft's camp in terms of its huge push in the UK, where they garnered 75% market share last month alone, without any big titles out, is a huge indicator that people are responding to the Xbox One S, that people are hungry for a new experience on a different platform since they already have a PlayStation. There isn't anything on the PlayStation that is exclusive. This gives people an excuse to play a video game on the console that they either A, are going to buy, B, want to buy, or C, have purchased already. And I think that that's the reason why this game is going to be number 1 and shock basically the gaming world in terms of its market share, in terms of its mind share, in terms of people who play it on an active basis. I think that this is going to be that game that's going to run the holiday season, and it is going to be a huge win for Xbox, the Xbox platform, and Microsoft. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to go with Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is doing enough right now to sustain the status quo, which is them outselling Battlefield. I feel like their servers are going to perform better. I feel like the game is going to perform better in both the remaster and the new Infinite Warfare experience that we're going to get. I think that
They've always done that well.
Well, I mean,
Call of Duty's always done that well.
They've always performed better than Battlefield, and I think that this year it's going to stand out more than any other year. Coming in at number 3, I think Battlefield, based off of its name alone, is going to sell more than Titanfall. I think that the people who purchase Battlefield will be very, very, very upset when they purchase that game and it doesn't work for most of the holiday season because their servers are getting attacked by, whatever hacker group wants to attack them that day. I think that this is going to be a Battlefield 4 all over again. I have no faith in DICE and EA's network security. And I think that's going to be a disaster in the making. Titanfall 2 is going to be an early 4th place loser, but will sneak into 3rd place at the end of the year once it's all said and done. Number 1, because it's probably going to go from $60 to $40 relatively quickly. At least before December during the holiday season, I could probably pretty much guarantee that that's what's going to happen. Number 2, I think people are going to be so unhappy with Battlefield that they're going to move to another game, and they may give Titanfall that opportunity. The thing that I am wary about with Titanfall is if they're going to have enough content out by that time to make these picky first-person shooter fans happy with their purchase. I feel I worry about it, but I do feel like they will have enough content out on day one, and of course month 2 in December once it goes on sale to sustain the amount of people that are going to be playing that game. They have some super cool features. I do like the network feature where you can, say, okay, I don't want to play with the entire pool of people that are playing. I only want to play with people who are a fan of the Square Gamers or a fan of IGN or fans of GameSpot, etc., 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 etc.
Or Harambe.
Or yeah, exactly. Or they care about Harambe. So I feel like that's the way it's going to go. Gears of War is going to be a huge year for them. I think this brand is going to be back as long as they don't fuck up the story. Please don't fuck up the story, guys. Don't Halo this one. That's all I ask.
Oh,
don't Halo it,
bro. That's a kidney shot, bro. That's a kidney shot there.
So it's ridiculous.
There you guys have it. I'm gonna, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go over it again. For me, Call of Duty, Gears of War 4, Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2. Pedro calls it Gears of War 4, Call of Duty, Battlefield 1, Titanfall 4.
Titanfall 2.
But he did say, or Titanfall 2, he did say that Titanfall will sneak in the third place, which he has a good point, because I do believe Battlefield 1 is probably gonna, fuck it up like they always do, and Titanfall and Call of Duty are what people are gonna look at, considering multi-platform.
Yep.
But there's also plenty of other games coming out during this whole what's going on with this FPS war we got this holiday season. Remember, guys, Final Fantasy 15 is coming out at the end of November, which is towards the end of the holiday season, considering Christmas is a month away. But a lot of people have bought in their games, at least, because they're coming out. This game looks really cool. I'm excited for it. PlayStation's putting out a bundle for it, 1 terabyte Final Fantasy 15 limited edition bundle. You can get that at GameStop. It's not a bad deal. The console looks great. It has a bunch of new collectibles. I'm not into the collectibles. I don't like spending the extra money on that. But we got Mafia 3 coming out, and Pedro, you were saying that this game was going to be a sleeper hit. What are you thinking now that we actually look at the big picture and see it right smack in the middle? Well, towards the beginning of it, you think people are going to spend their money on this game?
I will be. That game I think comes out this next week.
Yeah, October 7th.
Yeah, Mafia is definitely going to be a sleeper hit. I feel like that's going to be a poor man's Grand Theft Auto. Watch out for that game. That game's going to take over. That game is going to be what's going to cleanse the palate from the first-person shooters. It's not going to be The Last Guardian. It's not going to be Final Fantasy 15. It's going to be Mafia. Guaranteed, it's going to sell great because it's, again, going to go on sale faster than every other game, because it's not going to sell as well in the beginning. So they'll probably make it up by putting it down to $40. But I'll tell you what, you wait on that one during the holiday season, you get it for a good deal, and you'll be happy with yourself.
Yeah, I've never actually played too many of those games. I know you have, but like you're just saying, Rise of Guardian comes out October 25th, so that's a game that could be a palate cleanser. But I don't think a lot of the same crowd plays those type of games to begin with. Dishonored 2 comes out November 11th. Gran Turismo Sports supposed to come out on the 15th of November. Supposed to. We'll leave it at that. Then you got like Pokemon Sun and Moon coming out in the middle of November. You have Final Fantasy coming out at the end of the year. And we have a niche game that I'm super anticipating. Sword Art Online game. It's Hollow Realization. Comes out November 9th in the U.S. So if you guys are into anime, you're into that stuff. A lot of people forget about it because it's been in development for a while. But no, it's coming. It's coming hard because typically, Pedro, with these games, they Japanese tend to stagger it out almost almost up to a year, it seems. This game is actually coming out 3 weeks after it does in Japan. So we're not dealing with the same shit that happened with Dark Souls 3, where the game was released and then a month and a half later, the game came to the U.S. and everything was spoiled for all the people who were excited for it because Japanese players were playing it a month before they got it. They have a huge collector's edition coming out with it, $150, all your cool stuff, your anime figures, your art book, which art book is the only thing I would buy. I'm into that kind of that cool stuff because I feel interesting to see how a game was started because it's basically what an art book does. But I think that's it for actual games I'm excited for. Is there any games that you're excited for coming out this holiday season?
No, man. I mean, aside from Mafia 3, I'm going to get those 2 shooters, and then that's pretty much it for me, I think, for the rest of the year. Yeah, that should be it for me for the rest of the year, actually.
Yeah, as you guys can see, Pedro here is the first-person shooter guy in the group. This guy plays a lot of first-person shooters. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, any hey, what's up? I want to join the Gears of War 4 group. Make sure you guys go to our group page, facebook.com/groups/the Square Gamers. We are there, and we have groups of guys who play just first-person shooters. So if you guys want into a group, join in our group, and we have 2 groups going on PS4 and on the Xbox. The Square Gamers, check them out. We will have people playing both consoles. Pedro, you hear it, he told you today he will be playing Gears of War 4. And knowing this man, he will be on every night, grinding, playing Horde, fucking 2-piecing his way to victory. Guys, also go to our Facebook page.com/the Square Gamers. Like, comment, join. Check out our other podcasts. We have another podcast going on every week. We normally release Tuesday, Wednesday morning, EDG Weekly, where Nintendo Nate and Undead Jay get together and they talk about the most interesting stuff in games. They have 2 different opinions than us, so it's a must check out if you want more opinions than ours. But I think that is it, Pedro. Anything else you want to hit up on before we pass?
Yeah, next week Mike Perry fights, so definitely check that out. Grab UFC Fight Pass. He's fighting Danny Hot Chocolate Williams. Should be a win for Mike Perry. We should be pretty hype about that come next week. Also, on Tuesday, October 4th, Google has their press conference. They are going to announce 2 new phones, probably a new tablet, and a very interesting operating system that could compete with Windows and Mac. So look forward to hearing me nerd out about that next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Pedro episode next week, guys. So this has been a Square Gamers, guys. We'd like you to stay tuned. Check back every week. Check out our YouTube page, the Square Gamers. We got tons of stuff going up, anywhere from Bloodborne to newer type indie games, and we have a Dark Souls 3 playthrough going on right now. Look forward to some Destiny, guys. So make sure you go check it out. This has been a Square Gamers. Peace out, guys.